Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and I find myself once again in Golarion playing Wrath of the Righteous. Now, I noticed something rather funky today and I thought I'd point it out to you all. Here on the main menu, in the mirror, which so often holds the reflection of our main character, and which held the reflection of the game's main villain at the start of the game. Now, we see the thumbnail from our most recent save game. The villain is definitely watching us. In fact, we may have been playing the villain all along. You know, poking, intruding, controlling the heroes, bringing them towards some kind of final meeting. I hesitate to say confrontation because the villain might not... well, I'm not entirely sure how they'd like it to go. But I'm interested to find out. Now, we should be back in the Defender's Heart just after defeating the demonic attack. And it's still loading. That would have been really nice timing there, game. I think we might have gained enough experience to level, and we certainly gained some items after the onslaught. None of which seemed to... let's take a look at them now and see what we get. Alright, let's see. 2 regular swords, dagger, scroll of reduced person, club with nose. See, I'm not sure what's new, but we certainly have acquired this new suit of armor. And we have someone that's literally one better, so let's slap that on there and expect no obvious visual change just yet. Right. Would be nice if there was an easy way to detect recent additions. Okay. Lesser kinetic diadem, we don't have a kineticist. Hosilla's orders. When did exploring the shield maze? We still have the scale. I think the game's been patched again, some small patch. Also, the issue I was experiencing with lifelink not working on unconscious party members, I suspect that was a fix to stop us continually taking damage for dead people we might have used lifelink on, you know, NPCs. And because enemies and NPCs perish when they run out of health instead of going into the negatives, yeah, they should go into the negatives as well, but that's not the way the game handles it. So let's see, we have much leveling to do. Yeah, let's keep it simple for now. So at 4th level we get a bonus ability score point. Now, Sealer does not need any more strength. She does need Constitution and Charisma, and maybe a little Wisdom. Now, Constitution would be 4, 8. She needs the extra health really badly, but she needs Charisma for a lot of class abilities. So I can pump this up to a 16 to give an immediate benefit. Or I can do this to get the Constitution at 8, but that will mean 12th level for Charisma 16, which is just not going to work very well. So I can put this here now and go, I'm going to wait till 8th, and that doesn't seem right either, because this system rewards bad min-maxing. There's good min-maxing, then there's bad min-maxing, and unfortunately Pathfinder does seem to attract all the wrong kinds of power gamers. Now, 3 skill points. 2 for Paladin, 1 for Human, none for Intelligence. That's correct. Okay. Let's get another point. Well, Knowledge Religion, absolutely. Bit of Persuasion, yes. You know, Perception would probably help, as would Athletics. We have Larn for athletics at the moment, so if we go perception... Sure. She should have gained spellcasting this level as well, I think. Or... let's see. Extra Smite Evil. Yep. Yep. Oh, she's got Channel. Yeah, okay, sure. Yes, now we have spells. Dismiss spell. Okay, sure. Divine Favor is actually pretty good. Paladin isn't a full caster and isn't a half caster. Their caster level is level -3. It's a weird one. There's only about one other class which has that archaic cast level -3 on it. I don't even think it's Ranger. Right. As for Worshippers of Torag, Challenge Evil, that's a fun one. But its will saves also... there is the matter of spell resistance, and she has a lower caster level. So she's better off using spells that improve her abilities. I mean, Protection from Evil is the traditional constant ability, and a minute a level is really short. Now, from 3rd edition onwards, Paladins followed the Diablo Rage Hate Smitey Paladin archetype rather than the Protected by the Gods, by Divine Grace archetype from the first 2 editions. So something like Bless Weapon would be very good. Critically confirms and crits, so that's 10% because she's using a sword at the moment. Stunning Barrier. They would still not affected by a target spell resistance. Oh, until it's not constant, it's just when discharged. Okay. Veil of Positive Energy. That should be an Aasimar only spell. It's like Stunning Barrier, but very good against demons. All undead creatures. Okay. So that would be good, but not appropriate for her to take because she shouldn't have access to it. Lesser Restoration, very good spell to take. Let's go Protection from Evil now, though. Or Chaos. Demons are generally chaotic. Right. Camellia, with your undetectable alignment, which is probably evil. We stick with Shaman for now. Another Hex. Okay, that's going... we won't take the Slumber Hex. We've already got someone utilising that. 1 skill point. Why? Why? 2 skills. Why are we only getting 1 skill point? There's no way the Shaman only gets 1 skill point a level. This is very wrong. Oh, it's an ability score point, that's why. She uses a lot of dexterity. In fact, let's go all the way back. Weapon focus, finesse, sure. Yeah, so she's utilising a lot of dexterity. Her casting stat is, I believe, wisdom, possibly charisma. I hope it's wisdom. Don't know. Alright. So if we stick with the dexterity for now... there we go. Right, 2 skill points. That's a little bit better. No bonus human point, no points for intelligence, because apparently she doesn't have very much of that. Which is odd, because she does convey intelligence in the way that she communicates with people. Right. Little more knowledge of magic, and you know what, she is upper class, so sure, throw that in there as well. Ameliorating. Oh, this is a hex. A shaman can touch a creature to protect it from negative conditions and suppress their effects. The shaman chooses one of the following conditions each time she uses this hex: dazzled, fatigued, sickened, or shaken. If the target is afflicted with the chosen condition, that condition is suppressed for a number of minutes equal to the shaman's level. Additionally, the shaman grants them a +4 circumstance bonus on saving throws against effects that cause the chosen condition for 24 hours. A creature can benefit from a hex twice in 24 hours, once for each of 2 different conditions out of the 4 different conditions it can protect against. Okay, Aura of Purity. Diseases and help us negated. Okay, so they aren't banished or cured, they just like are suppressed. Battlemaster. Extra attack of opportunity each round. She has that. Let's see. Let's go focus trickery. Where would we find that? I don't see that Battlemaster ability. Stacks of combat reflexes, weapon specialization. This is an Oracle revelation, surely. I suspect we might be supposed to... Do we get anything else from this? Greater weapon focus. Okay, and specialization. Okay, yeah, I see where that's going, right. Battle ward. Battle spirit, okay. Where is the spirit? Druidic faith, that's interesting. It should be displayed somewhere here. Okay, let's see. Draconic resilience. Immune to magic. Yeah. Anything else? Paralysis. Alright, just keeps her in the fight. Chant. Okay, longer. Evil Eye, Fortune, Fury, Misfortune. Got it. Yeah, Evil Eye, Fortune. Evil Eye, no, Fortune and Misfortune are literally 4th edition advantage and disadvantage. Well, 5th edition if you want to look at it that way. Evil Eye makes them weaker in some way. Fury does it disable spellcasting. Short round. Wisdom modifier, oh dear. 3 rounds, not great. Hampering Hex. I want to be careful with that ice plant. Intimidating display. Isn't that... Doesn't have the following features. Dazzling display. Okay. Nails. Unarmed damage. Protective luck. 1 round, that's very short. Effect requires an attack roll, including weapons attacks. So disadvantage. Secret. Magic feat, slumber hex, ward, and some we cannot take. Okay, so I thought the shaman was a combination of like druid and cleric, but it seems to be druid and oracle. How long? +3 phase. Oh, is it like the bone one where it goes down a bit each time it... Yeah, okay, I see that. So that could go down in a single attack. Aura of Purity is slightly less useful because we have Seela in the party, who is immune to diseases, so being up front near her, not so helpful. Charm would be good for Fortune, Misfortune. How long? For just one round. Extendable, but it's a move action, so we'd have to... Maybe it's a mode we can toggle. I kind of want to go Fortune. There we go. We can utilize that, hopefully. No new spells? No new spells. New slots, however. Oh, definitely new slots. Right, okay. So... I kind of want to go for Entangle, but not affected by target spell resistance because we're not casting the spell on them, we're casting it on the area. We do tend to go into close combat though, so not ideal. Bane, we can try that. I'm aware that spell resistance would factor in. Then if we grabbed not Scare. Here, less than 6 hit dice. Okay. I mean, False Life probably, and she does have the dodgy hidden alignment. And of course we're probably going to want to rest before going out, which we're not going to be able to do because we have time. Right, Lan, you're going to shoot stuff. It's nice and simple. And I'm aware there's probably someone going, why don't you multi-class them all into Kineticist? Because it's really... I don't want to do that. I don't want to get all gimmicky just yet. So, Lan, you have, like, wisdom to attack with ranged weapons and stuff, don't you? Where is it? It's somewhere around here. Keeple. Right. That's not it. Right. Bow short was only a weapon for it. In addition to turn into monk weapons. Flurry of blows is flurry of bows. I'll just do it this way, it's simpler. +7. Free. Yeah, he's adding his wisdom. Is he adding wisdom as well? No, he can't be. Right. So yeah, wisdom it is. Hey, Lan. Yeah, time to learn to be a bit more patient with Nenio's annoying questions. Right. Now, you were having some significant difficulty clambering over that barrier, and I'm pretty sure it was athletics. It might have been mobility, so let's give you a point in that as well. How the hell was he only getting 3 points? Monk literally can't give 3 points. No class gives an odd number of points. How bizarre. We'll have to get you a point of perception next level as well. Right. Keep our bark skin. Scorching Ray, sudden speed. True Strike. True Strike's great. It lets you ignore missed chances. Look, the +20 to hit is not the main reason you use Key Strike, unless you have a really low base attack bonus, like you're a wizard. In which case you absolutely use True Strike with things like Extended Merciful Acid Arrow, for example. I don't think Merciful is in this game. I don't think non-lethal damage is in this game, right? Ember, you are a strange witch who doesn't have a spellbook and cannot learn. So what is the point of your familiar? We don't even know what your casting stat is. As a witch, it should be intelligence, but with this archetype, gets a curse like an oracle, cast spells spontaneously like a... So sponting means they're probably a charisma caster, but well, yeah, look at it. So I think we can safely assume... Such a fool. That is theoretically right. Yeah, give her a point there. A point here so that she's not constantly distracted by the things going on around her. And this looks very Eiffel Tower, doesn't it? This scaffolding with no building around it. The fact the whole place is burning around her gives you the impression that she's responsible for it all. And yes, she is missing some fingers. Right, let's get her a bit of mobility. Right, ameliorating might be a very good idea here. Take away from just her slumber hex. We could grab the healing hex. We do have plenty of healing though, so I'm going to go... Cackle's always good. So Cackle is the usual extender as opposed to the chant that... See, the chant just is Cackle, isn't it, then? Evil Eye, Fortune, Protective Luck, Misfortune. Yeah, you're just literally laughing at them, you know. So if we're going to do that... Evil Eye... Fortune, Misfortune... let's go Evil Eye. Right, we're getting new spells now. Including level 2 spells. How many? One new spell. One new level 2 spell. Right. I don't know if she shouldn't be automatically, but if she's like an oracle... That's a lot of necromancy spells there. Hold person, not so good in molten orb. Right, direct hit. Don't have to worry about direct hits so much. So, pernicious poison, pox, pustules. Yes, these are very much witchy spells. See invisibility, very good spell. Sure. So she does not get free cures or inflicts like an oracle. Nenio, you've got a massive ego problem that we'd rather not address. Scrolls Savant uses lots of scrolls. Go for it. Well, obviously you're going to want to put this here. However, that looks way too much like a camera. Because it's not, but it's more like a torch. Anyway, we might actually want to put it here. So 20 strength is plenty strength. 20 intelligence is plenty intelligence. You won't need much more than that. It would be beneficial. We go boop, and it's that get us a third. I can't remember what it would get us, but your low strength leads to party encumbrance issues. I'm actually going to do that. Obviously, you should be all about the knowledge skills. Your lack of social skills means you should never get any points in there. Yeah, we'll just do that for now. This is interesting. Okay, no. So if those 3 points are here, that'd be 4 and 2. There's something off about her. 1, 2, 3, 4. She should have 2 for wizard, 3 bonus point for human, 5 bonus points for intelligence, and she's only getting 4. I'm aware there's less skills to spend them on here. Right, spells. Level 2 spells. Acid Arrow is good. I'm thinking demonic resistances. There's... Acid is less good there. Scorching Ray, I mean... She is heavily illusion focused already, so... Invisibility is good, let's take that, as is Blur. Let's take the Blur. And then... Frigid Touch. Oh, that's a lot of cold damage. It is a touch spell, though, which involves getting very close. So that's more of a defensive measure. Let's throw that in there right now. Just be like, hey, look, in case enemies get really close. In fact, let's slam that Blur in there. And that Frigid Touch in there. Yeah. Then here... another magic missile would be good, actually, because force damage goes through almost everything. Right. Darren, you might be responsible for messing with lifelink, and that was an interesting portrait transition. Charisma is casting stat for oracles. You're pretty good there. Let's get you a little more strength to carry things. Alright. Knowledge of the world. Well, he's been stuck up indoors a lot of time. Yeah. Bit of religious knowledge. Social skills, which apparently he doesn't have and everyone hates him, despite the fact that he has amazing social skills. Bit of a major contradiction. I know. Right. Level 2 spells. He's going to automatically get the healing, cure moderate wounds. Or at least he should. Because he's a life oracle. Aid would be good. Effortless armor is armor check penalty, sure. Where's resist energy? Yeah, that's good. Communal. Root paralysis. Sure. And then finally, more life oracle stuff. So charisma is casting stat. We can drop a point in there quite comfortably. And let's put a point in here, point in here. Tempted to put a point in here, just on the odd chance that we'll need it in a situation where Lan can't just do it for us. But I'm going to drop a point in there. Can't put a point in here because we are 4th level. Sure. Right, cure moderate wounds is available, but we should be getting that at this level anyway. So aid is good. It is... what's the range? Touch range. So that's an issue. Blessing of courage and life. Long-lasting succor to a wounded creature for as long as the effect lasts. Same for against fear and death effects. Okay, and blessing of will be a... not a burst of healing. Okay. I see, I see. So they fail the save, they get better at the save. We should get this automatically, unless something's very broken. Resist energy and less restoration, very good. Oh, bother. What bonus spells do we get at what levels as an oracle? I can't remember. Ability spells. We should. Right, lesser restoration. We should get lesser restoration automatically, so we shouldn't pick it. Alright. Glad I noted that. Right, what was it? Duh. And then I'll take resist energy. And then I should get cure moderate wounds and lesser restoration automatically for being a life oracle. I did. That's lovely. That's really nice. Which means he should also, yeah, get the same ones. Right. We should sell off some stuff because it weighs a bit.
We march ahead.
Also, I should remember the camera controls and not mess it up. Right. So I'm going to sell him some stuff. Not massive amounts of stuff, because I'll be taking stuff outside for the smith. And we're still not seeing the crafting things anywhere. Unless I'm really missing out. Oh, we're low on money. We need to be selling stuff anyway. Is it spices? Nope. Okay. That is kept. Apparently nobody eats cheese. Alright. There was someone in the kitchen with a name. It was you, Journal. A young man in well-worn travelling clothes and a simple wooden symbol of Erastil on his chest is efficiently cutting a linen robe into strips to use as bandages. Despite his visible exhaustion, he works with zeal, singing some tune about red braids and ripe sheaves of wheat under his breath. He raises his warm, chestnut-coloured eyes to you. Are you one of the crusaders? Thank you for defending those of us whose talents lie off the battlefield. I'm Journal, servant of Erastil. Pleased to meet you. What are you doing? I only took my holy orders recently, so my god has only bestowed a little of his power upon me as yet. I'm sorry to say that the number of wounded fighters in this tavern is far beyond my power to heal, but there's a reason people say, have faith in the gods, but look to yourself first. I've literally never heard that saying before. I've heard, if you do your best, God will do the rest, but I may not be able to help the wounded with magic, but I can at least cut up bandages. Indeed you can. Look, I've got to go. No, wait, are you from around here? No, I was just passing through Canabras. I was sailing down that old man of ours, the great Selen River, to a village by the name of Chili Creek. I happened to land in the city on the eve of the festival, and I'm ashamed to say I decided to stay for a day to enjoy myself. But I ended up staying in the city longer than I'd bargained for. Hey, where's Chili Creek? It's a small fishing village. It's not even marked on some maps, but people do live there. What they don't have is a priest. They have no one to heal their wounds, no one to offer prayers for a good catch, no one to give their dead a dignified burial. And the Worldwound is a stone's throw away, so I'll be setting sail for Chili Creek to serve my god and my people. Well, bless you when you can. Take Erastil's blessings with you and look over them. Once we've held Canasbres, I'll be going there. If by the grace of the gods, well, we all survive this, you should come and visit me sometime. You'll find the village here on the bank of the river. The priest marks Chili Creek on your map. Hey, don't! Just tell me where it is. Don't vandalize the bloody map. And it should probably be on there anyway. Aren't you, a young and inexperienced cleric, afraid to go to the border of the Worldwound? I won't lie. I'm afraid, but what can I do? Those villagers are simple people, like you and me. Every day of their short lives is spent doing hard, honest work. That's exactly the kind of life I want. Something simple but meaningful. If I had centuries ahead of me, like elves and some other races do, I might have spared some 50 years or so to travel around the world, the young man says with a smile. Or maybe even 100. Why not? But I don't have time to spare, so I want to spend my short life in the place where I'm needed most, even if it's dangerous. Especially if it's dangerous. Well, then I should leave you to it. May Erastil watch over you. Indeed. Now, you are nameless, all of you. You, Fawn Autumn Haze. That's not a name, that's just 3 words. A tall, fragile-looking elf sits in front of you, eyes closed. He is pale as a ghost, his arm wrapped in a blood-stained bandage. You spot other bandages on his body under his clothes, but even in such a miserable state he manages to keep calm. Raising his eyes to meet yours, he says faintly, I am Fawn Autumn Haze, at your service. His pale lips are reddened by blood, but you see no signs of pain or fear in his grey eyes. Do you need help? After giving you a cold, intense look, he shakes his head. He shapes his head. Do not trouble yourself on my behalf. A local healer tended to me. Besides, I come from a resilient, hardy people. My body will endure both the wounds and the poison delivered through them. I am Althea Malenos. You can trust me. I might be able to help you. After a brief pause, Fawn says, It would be impolite to refuse such a direct and friendly offer. Who is your quarry here in Mendo? He hasn't said anything about hunting. I'd like to know more about you. I won't hold anything back. Not who I am, why I made my way here, or who it is that I'm pursuing. Now we know he's after someone. Tell me about yourself then. Other peoples tend to believe that identity is the sum of a person's actions and the events that happen to them. For them, I am one of a long line of warriors of Keonin who, since his youth, has dedicated himself to hunting evil and injustice. For them, I am a successful and capable huntsman who has tracked down and slain a great many monsters. Perhaps when he is recovered later he can join our party, but I suspect he's here for a very specific purpose. But I am an elf, and for me my identity has a different meaning. It is shaped by the place where I was born, and that I love so deeply. I am shaped by what I find beautiful and what makes my heart quicken. By the fears that come to me in the dead of night, by the things I find so intolerable that at the sight of them my very core darkens and fills with poison. Thus, to tell you who I am, I would require many days and much candour, which is more than you and I have at our disposal. Why did you choose to become a hunter of evil? Because I am the son of a noble and proud nation. We are sometimes criticized for our arrogance, but no one dares doubt our honor. When a crime is committed, we cannot turn a blind eye. If we were to abandon our obligation to oppose evil, if we were to surrender this obligation to other races, we would also relinquish our preeminence. Very well. As you wish. And who are you hunting here, in particular? I was hunting a fugitive, a Descarite by the name of Kalesa. Perhaps we could offer her redemption? It pains me to admit that there are heinous malefactors such as her among my noble kind. Ah, so she's an elf as well then. That explains the name. I managed to catch up with her in Canabres and I wounded her. Oh, the dark elf we met! I betcha that was it. Then demons appeared and the city was engulfed in flames. I was injured in the battle that ensued and couldn't free her soul from its service to her dark masters. He expresses no anger or hatred as he speaks, only compassionate sorrow. I'm not gonna say this. This seems a little cruel and unkind. I'm sorry for your misfortune. I hope things will turn out differently next time. He purses his lips. There is no need for pity. Our ancient kind is blessed with great longevity. We gain a deeper understanding of the world than other races. And we learn our lessons better than anyone. That goes for learning from our mistakes as well. I survived, which means I will be more prepared when next we meet. I believe I met with Kalesa after your encounter with her. Fawn's melancholic expression remains calm, but his entire body tenses and his fingers wrap around the handle of his weapon. Under what circumstances? I hope you seized the opportunity to kill her. I didn't know what she was. Are you certain of your allegations? Allegations towards me or... no, to her. Fawn lowers his head and says in a low voice, I am. Her misdeeds are terrible and proven with absolute certainty. Well, I'm afraid I let her go. I did not know any of these facts. After giving you a saddened look, Fawn stands off into the distance. Your decision is regrettable. I'm afraid that in doing so you've condemned her many future victims to death. I suppose it just means that bringing this hunt to a close falls upon my shoulders. Well, I'll be much more aware of this if I cross paths with her again, but for now I must go. Good fortune to you. I'm glad I spoke to him.
Our path leads on.
Now, who else is here that might be a newcomer? I mean, there's Camellia, who we have had the opportunity earlier to, like, sexually harass in the workplace. It felt very odd. As in, there are demons trying to kill us. Surely we have our priorities right now. There's Nenio, there's Staunton Vane. Yeah, let's talk to him. Staunton Vane greets you with a dour nod. Okay, nothing new here. Go on then. Maybe we'll see each other again. Is there anyone else new here? Who are you two? An imposing young Oread is surrounded by a this, I'm not sure of the etymology of this. I believe this to be a made-up word. I haven't done an absolute check on this, but so this is like a half-earth elemental person. So I have a horrible suspicion it's just Orad, as in metal ores, which flow through the veins of rock. I've heard some people say Oriad, I've heard some say Oread. Oread? Oh, read. Just read it. It's got an O on the front. No, that just sounds... I don't like that. So I'm going with Oriad for now, because that sounds closest to a classical Greek pronunciation like you'd get for sylphs, undines, satyrs, fauns, various elemental creatures, right? What's it? Gnomes, sylphs, undines, and salamanders for fire. An imposing young Orad. An imposing young Oriad is surrounded by a crowd of crusaders who are hanging on her every word. I hope this example clearly illustrates the difference between Jistka legionaries from the last war and the crusaders. The perfection of form and spirit they are imbued with during creation, turning them into parts of a well-balanced war machine. Not a ragtag bunch of individuals, but a united whole. All of the pebbles together make up the beach. Oh! Oh no. Now tell me again why I am supposed to be impressed by your reckless assaults where everyone is fighting for their ego and for the right to beat their peers to a swift but pointless heroic sacrifice. That shouldn't be a question. That should not be a question mark. So it's less of a challenge, but it's more of a goading question. Some of the crusaders grumble unhappily, but it is clear that they are captivated by the woman's words. The only exception is a scraggly and dishevelled halfling monk whose puffy black eye gives him away as a brawler and a troublemaker. He enthusiastically pushes forwards and tries to engage, but one of his friends swiftly jabs him in the back with an elbow, making the poor fellow pause to catch his breath. Let's listen a little longer. One of the crusaders angrily curls his fist tightly and retorts with a burst of passion. If those gists of yours, or whatever, had come for us, we'd have their guts for garters. You think we've never fought a mighty adversary before? The soldier's stern face cannot fully conceal his relish. He clearly plans to enjoy this confrontation. The crusaders around him look upon their exotic opponent with a mixture of irritation and piqued interest. The woman chuckles before cutting off her interlocutor, a bizarre word that I only came across 5 or 6 years ago. I would love to see you storm a 60-foot tall walking castle ship like a gigantic elephant that carries siege fortifications on its back, and I'll have you know these fortifications were defended by Jiskan priest craftsmen armed with demon-bound war machines. They used the enemies we cannot defeat as mindless weapons. The woman gives the people around her a triumphant look and adjusts her hair with pointed nonchalance. Her voice takes on a lecturer's tone. You should not argue with someone who happens to be the most authoritative researcher on the history of warfare 3,000 years before the foundation of Absalom. The woman looks at you and flashes an amused smile. The lecture is over. Do my esteemed listeners have any questions? Nenio would love to be here, but she's busy on the other side of the room being self-important. I'm not going to attack her. Who are you? I am Indara, a warrior, magus, and scholar of classical warfare from Garund. Oh mate, why did you have to ruin it all by being a magus? Come on, you could have had some class. The woman peers at you apprehensively, then sighs. I admit that I am mildly offended by the fact that my name is entirely unfamiliar to you, but I'm willing to accept that this is due to Avastan's isolation from the sophisticated culture of the world at large. I mean, maybe if you'd come from Vudrani or somewhere, I would have agreed with you. Garund? Yeah, it has its own culture. I'm not going to disagree there. It's a long way away though, and we don't travel as often as we could. Ships taking us on voyages across the sea not being the safest method of transportation. You've come a long way to be here. I'd like to think of myself as an inhabitant of Golarion, and I don't narrowly identify with any country in particular. Okay. I'm just going to take that at face value and avoid all of the obvious recent political implications. Why did you come here? to witness a legendary war. The confrontation between denizens of a plane famous for its love of violence and the crusaders from every continent united by the common goal of defending their home. An epic struggle of colossal proportions that hasn't been particularly epic so far, truth be told. The monk with a black eye grins and mutters under his breath, "Maybe she just can't see it from here. The view will get way more epic if she stops hiding among us and takes a walk outside." The woman smirks contemptuously. She does not deem the monk's words worthy of comment. You know, I disagree. The crusaders are doing a commendable job at resisting the demons. Oh yes, the situation we have found ourselves in can attest to that, but then again, demons are no better. Their preferred strategy also involves brute strength, mindless assault, and unfounded confidence in their superiority. Well, I could ask her why she doesn't join in the fighting and show them how it should be done, and she'll say she's here to observe and, what do you call it? Appraise, right? To appreciate the quality of the warfare. You know, you were wrong to treat the Crusaders with such disdain. Allow me to explain. Oh god, this will be a challenge, won't it? A debate? Oh, I'll be happy to prove that the current conflict can't hold a candle to the last war of Gistka. That's not what I'm trying to say, lady. Very well. The last war of Gistka was waged using a significantly greater number of troops. Both sides actively relied on reinforcements from allied planes, and their strategic planning was perfected through no fewer than 7 rounds of intensive design. None of the above applies to this war of yours. There was not much time for planning. Compared to the Gistka, we are but stone club-wielding kobolds. I would like to conclude my thesis with a few words of wise counsel from Dagon the Advisor to the Pharaoh of Forgotten Plagues. I doubt you will comprehend the true genius of his statement, but here it is nevertheless. A gadfly sees the ox. The ox pays no heed to the gadfly, but crimson fever takes them both. Interesting. So, the events of the past are shrouded in legend, but the fate of the world is being decided here and now. That is what you failed to grasp. Plus 16. So, pretty much automatically plus 13. Okay. The principles of war are always the same. Weapons, causes, and resources may change, but the foundations remain immutable. I feel this is something that would appeal to her more. Endara's eyes display frustration as she hears the audience, clearly impressed by your arguments, murmuring approval. There is logic in your words, I give you that. Yes, the concept of war does not change, but the degree of sophistication in the methods that we use to destroy our foes. The woman stops, realizing her words, no matter how ostentatious she makes them, no longer have the power to captivate the audience. I hope we've not caused her too great an offence. Indara offers a pretentious dismissal. As a scholar, I cannot deny that there is a certain truth beneath your sceptical statements. History is a complex discipline rooted in... Hang on. History is a that's the word I miss. History is a complex discipline rooted in fact and an evidentiary base that grows ever more meagre the further the described period is from the present moment. And yet people are currently trying to rewrite history and change it just because they don't like it. Look, it's one thing to change history by saying, hey look, we found out some more facts and information, this is more correct now. But to just say we don't like this person so we're going to pretend they didn't exist or something they did never happened, that's just really bad. That leads to troubles further down the line. Of course, if I were to argue in bad faith the way Crusaders embellish their tales of slaying a single Brimorak by adding a dozen Balors, for example, I could win this debate. But I am above such things, and therefore I am forced to admit that your skepticism is not entirely without merit. I'm not going to tell her to bugger off. I'm sure you would have been able to expound on your arguments in a longer discussion. Indara nods with obvious relief. I'm glad we've both understood this limitation. It is always a pleasure to face a worthy opponent even if the debate takes place in a grimy tavern. Perhaps especially because of that. Indara unbuckles her sword belt and hands you the weapon. I don't want a weapon. This is a worthy blade. It will be of use not only for the strong but also for the wise. Ooh. And this is where I bid you farewell. Before the end of the day, I was planning to observe how winged demons use pack tactics to drive their prey like herds of livestock. It's about time I got back to my research. With a hint of a smile, the hint of a smile graces Indara's lips when she sees disappointment in the eyes of many crusaders around her. Stay safe. And she's not even going to walk away, she's going to dimension door like a lazy bugger. What a waste of a spell! Right, where is this? That's not the one. Is that it? No. No, no, no. Claw of Jiska. Flaming plus... Wow. Wait, finesse. Hello. How many of your things are rapier specific? Weapon focus, yeah, we took that recently. Who else could make good use of this? I mean, obviously... It's not cold iron. So damage reduction could be an issue. Not sure what we're going to do with that just yet. But we should endeavour to leave the tavern. Who is this man? I'm not sure. But, and this, I see you. I'm not going to take that. Let's head outside because we have... Look, we're not going to talk to Anivia now. We're going to get out. Because we've been stuck in this place for almost a whole episode now. The Minotaur body is gone. It appears to be being dragged by these two people. Let's blatantly loot bodies. Okay, so that gate's been repaired. And the forge is in the process of being repaired. Let's go. Oh wow, we don't even need to... Alright, that was nice. We didn't even need to walk over to pick things up. It's nice to see these four survived. Hello, hello. What can I do for you? Well, let's sell you a pile of crap. Right, that, we'll keep that. Hold on to the hoopak just for shits and giggles. Get rid of the bardishes. We do not need 30 daggers. Or 50 suits of leather armour, for that matter. At this point, we're pretty much in the sell off anything that's not magical stage. and we don't really have the money to go buying anything fancy. So let's head out. Let's say hello to these two, see if they've got anything to say. What if Canabres isn't the only city overrun? What if this is how it all ends? Look, we're leaving. We're leaving you here. Yes, we're all going now. We want to hit the marketplace on the way and try and find that old storyteller. Because look, if we're going this way anyway, we can try and clamber over the rubble once, and only once, with... Okay, we get a fight as well. Awesome. Come to me, O my enemies, wherever you may be. For I am the lord of the turn-based combat, said he, and I'll fight you all wherever you may be, but it's not your turn yet. Of the dance, said he. Look, if you're gonna attack me, could you at least, like, appear and fight? Because...
Save the last
there we
one
go.
for me.
Lovely. Hey, Lon! Should have got some more of those cold iron arrows, Lon.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
There we go. Okay, there's clearly more enemies around, wherever they are. And you're in... Oh, wow, a quasit. Excellent. You're running very low on spells, aren't you? You really are running low on spells. Okay, we'll go with Rear Frost. Yeah, probably ignored completely.
The inheritor, guide
Well,
my
we'd better be
blade.
going back and resting soon then. But look, it's a slumber hex. Here we go. Wakey, wakey.
Survive me.
Yeah, so that was nice and easy and quick. We better had go back and rest then. What a bother. Yeah, we can rest in these areas a few times because we can always purge corruption when we get back. Wait, that seems like the kind of thing Nenio would write. She doesn't think she's writing that, does she? I mean, if she was part of an organisation, that'd be one thing, but just all on her own, to egotistically claim that she alone has the power to do that, that is very big-headed of her. Right, well look, we're going to try camping here, and we're blatantly going to do it right here again. Just to confuse the game. And so that we don't have extra. Sure. No recommended period, just a short rest.
Everything being on fire makes me feel bad. It makes me think sad thoughts about something that happened a long time ago. But fire is a good thing. It makes people warm. It doesn't deserve for people to think bad things about it.
Fire hurt you, Ember. It's hard to love something that brings you only pain. That goes for people as well.
Yeah, we know exactly which event she was talking about there. Awesome, nothing bad happened. The corruption is slowly building up. So we can actually go out and do quite a bit. Before, right, so we're wanting to come over here and say, hey. Lon, go for it.
The mongrel did it.
Yeah, you can do it, buddy.
The heartbeat quickens.
Is this our first time over here? No. So, random encounters moving?
This.
Rats are big enough for arrows, apparently. Yeah, this is gonna hurt. Okay, look. We're gonna stand here. And we're gonna cast Burning Hands like this. And hit both the swarms and not the Life Oracle. Yeah, that's right. Okay, stab a swarm.
I'll cut you wide open.
It's like Hug a Hoodie, but different, with swarms and stabbing. You know what, we'll go back to the Acid Splash, because why not?
You're irrelevant.
And you're apparently wrong. Right.
Attack!
Smite the swarm. They don't just...
No glory without
Yep, that did it.
risk.
And
Make every
arrows.
strike count.
That worked. Alright. Can we go this way? Oh, careful though, Vrock. Vrock alert. He's over there somewhere, isn't he? He's just like up here. Right? Nope, down there.
We'll see this through.
Oh, and of course we need to move the camera because cutscenes are broken otherwise. So we can't go this way. Can go this way though. Lovely.
Forwards.
So at this point we should be heading into new territory. Oh,
I refuse to accept their
they look
statement.
spiky. And after this fight I should... Oh, lovely. Well, Nenio. They're not going to... No. You know what? No. Okay, they're out of range. What if you... No, you don't quite have a distance. Okay. And now go up this way. Yeah, I bet you can't climb. I bet you're going to come run this way and fight. Hey Ember, Slumber Hex isn't going to work too well on these, so just yeah, point blank shot. Why is that even hotkeyed? Evil Eye. Yeah.
Surrender
Oh.
or else.
What does it default to? It defaulted to shooting him with a crossbow. That's not good. Oh well.
Into the fray.
Strike the Wicked One. And get here to pull. Hey Lon!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
You know the deal, right?
You see that?
Yep, that works. You know what? We're kind of good here. There's only one ghoul left.
The spirits demand your blood.
Of course, if that changes, then it'll be Nenio's turn soon. Hey, so we really wanted to do this. And we got to. Ember. Go for the armor class because it's just simpler.
The light take you.
That works. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's a problem. Well, hey, look, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna shoot stuff.
You won't survive me. Your performance is lacking. You are
I
lacking.
stand
And
ready.
then we're gonna lifelink. It's okay. And
I hear the
then
voice of the spirits.
healing hex. Okay, Nobody died so far, right? We go up on this roof? We can go up on this roof. Oh, hello. Hello, who are you? A short, hooded figure is poking about some bodies in the middle of the street. The stranger drags the first body off the road and respectfully props it up against a wall and places the corpse's hands on its chest. The figure then freezes as if hesitating, and you see him reach out his hand towards the beautiful gold amulet glittering around the corpse's neck. He jerks his hand back, hesitates, then reaches out to get. Well, well, look what we have here. Looting corpses, are we? What did you expect? Almost everyone is dead. The city now belongs to the demons and the vermin, rats, crows, and creatures like this one. I'd like to point out that if someone is gathering the belongings of the dead for purely scientific purposes, it's not pillaging. It's a posthumous charitable donation, and as such there is absolutely no need to chase such a person halfway across the burning city promising all sorts of dreadful punishments. However, in this case we are most likely dealing with conventional pillaging. The stranger almost jumps out of his skin and the hood falls from his head. Under a mop of red curls, a round halfling face looks up at you. Oh, phew! I thought you were demons. Good luck to you, good lady. Seela's eyebrows lift in apparent surprise. Curl? Is that you? The halfling looks at Seela and smiles broadly. Oh, Lady Seela, you're alive! Goodness me, that's the second bit of good news on an otherwise lousy day. What's the first bit of good news then? Stick around and you'll see for yourself. Do you know this person, Seela? Meet Rimvi, better known as Curl. He hails from Canabres and he fights for the condemned. He's one of a kind, a rogue with a heart of gold. Isn't that so, eh? She smiles, then adds a little more seriously. Curl, it's probably none of my business, but you should ask yourself if what you are about to do is right. The halfling's cheeks flush and he hides his hands behind his back. I just thought... Oh, it doesn't matter. Can you tell me anything useful about what's going on in the city? I'm afraid not, good lady. I just left the Defender's Heart. Before that I was holed up in there, too scared to leave. Although spending all that time under Commander Irabeth's nose sure was something. She's a strict one. Whew! And when she gets awkward... yeah, so what are you doing here? Robbing corpses? No, the halfling protests. Rimvi Curl may be a rogue, but he doesn't loot corpses. I just need to get these poor lads' bodies off the road. My friends and I are on a terribly important mission and we need to get through. And a cart magically teleports in. Hello, cart. Nice to see you, cart. He is interrupted by the sound of wheels rolling on the paving stones. A cart drawn by a sad little horse appears from around the corner. A pretty half-elf is driving it, and a young man in knight's armour is walking alongside. Even from a distance you can see his tanned face and his blue eyes shining brightly. The halfling straightens up. See? A terribly important and very heroic mission. My friends and I are saving a beer cart from the demons. As he's speaking, the newcomer notices you and the knight cries out in jubilation. Seela! I never thought I'd see you again. I thought you were headed for the main square, the centre of the demon's attack. You're not the woman we were looking for. That could be a... Maybe she is. There we go. The half-elf smiles warmly at Seela. Hey friend, glad to see you're alright. When we got separated by the crowd at the celebration, I knew right away that something was wrong. And when the demons appeared all of a sudden, I realised that was the reason why I'd been so anxious. But I couldn't find you among the dead in the square, so I kept my hopes up and I was proved right. Seela's face lights up with joy. So you're the other bit of good news Curl was talking about. You and Jana are alive? Actually, by good news I meant that we found the beer cart. Sir Elan and Jana being alive amounts to a quarter of a bit of good news. Well, maybe half. Wait, so you found a beer cart? Aren't there more important things to do in this city than saving other people's property? You're absolutely right. I only agreed to help get the cart to the Defender's Heart because we found it just a stone's throw away. But as soon as we deliver the cart, I'll be back to searching for survivors. By the way, my name is Elan, Sir Elan of the Hound Hearts. I'm glad to meet someone who survived this madness. I'm not gonna get him in trouble because hopefully he's learned his lesson already. You haven't told me how you know Sela. I'll save that story till we're back at the Defender's Heart. You're going back there, aren't you? We'll have reason to toast our spoils. Well, yeah, but I've got to go for now. So long. We're sure to meet again, either in the city or at the Defender's Heart. I'll count on it. Sure you will. Come to the tavern, we'll celebrate the valiant rescue of this barrel together. Well, Sela, try not to get too drunk with your friends. Okay, that turned out alright. Could have been a... Oh, hello!
Let you hurt my friends.
What are these? I mean, apart from victims who are about to die. Hey, Lan. This is a victim. Hello, victim.
Endure this!
Victims get arrows. Isn't that
You
right?
are today's sacrifice.
Okay, yeah, sure, look, just acid splash. And back up. There could be more of them. We've got to do something about your encumbrance. Nah, you got that one. No charge? No charge.
The inheritor.
Couldn't I just have gone that way and hit him? Oh well. Yeah, make those saves. Ember? You know what? We don't like this one over here. Scream. He's scary. Yeah, scary Scream for Halloween. You gonna come and fight? You gonna get shot by Lan? Ooh. Oh. Double save, double good. Get
Make
shot.
every strike count.
Go for their hearts.
Well, that was rather quick. Is this a... Ooh, that's rather long. We should probably be exploring more this way. Okay. Do we want to go that way or come back? I think we
We march
should
ahead.
definitely be on the... Is this the body that he was trying to loot? Citrine necklace. And a bloodshot. We shouldn't. We really shouldn't. But we did. I'd like to clear that area, but remember demon here, so... And also, a very important mission. Also, flippin' heck, this episode's been going on for quite a bit. So, I'm actually going to have to end this one here. But I am going to click this just to be like, hey, look, we're going to go here, right? I hope you've all enjoyed this episode, lengthy though it has been, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the very next one. I'm going to say goodbye for now though, and cheerio everyone!